Hey guys, many of you know that over the last few years I've been doing work in East Africa. We've been doing work in Ethiopia and Uganda and Rwanda and a little bit in the Congo. And we've been traveling over there in many of those places doing leadership training with pastors, working with schools, working with children, doing water projects, clothes projects, some philanthropic activities. But in the year of 2020, the year of disruption, we've not been able to travel over there. We had one trip early in July. And we've been scraping our heads and putting together our thoughts and trying to figure out how we can best minister. And we've come up with some options. And I wanted to tell you about one of them that is taking place right now. A few years ago, Sharon was introduced to a young lady named Sarah. Now, Sarah is the leadership of a school that is a Christian school in a predominantly Muslim place in Uganda. And so a few days ago, I told Sharon, let's contact her and see if there's something we can do to help. We contacted her and she had it's an amazing story, and I'd love for you to have, I may get Sarah to tell you about it one day, but Sarah said just that morning that somebody had come to her door and knocked on her door and said, listen, we don't have any food. We have children. We've been given our AIDS medication. All of them had AIDS, and we need some food so that we can take our medication. Sarah said that she talked to her husband, and they have 3 children, but they gave them all of their food except what they needed that day and trusted that God would provide. That evening, I contacted her and she said, you wouldn't believe this. She told me about her plight, and Sharon and I decided through the ministry to send $350. She was beside herself. I mean, she just went ballistic, just so excited. And she said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this money and I'm going to take care of my family, but I'm also going to buy all these groceries, all these staples. I'm going to separate them out and I'm going to be a blessing. I'm going to help the families around me. And she helped 19 different families. 19 different families she was able to help with that $350. Well, once she helped those families, they wanted to know where she got the money, where she got the food, and she began to tell them about Pastor Mark and Sister Shay. Aunt Shay is what she calls her. And so we put together this virtual meeting. We used the technology of Facebook Messenger, and there was about 15 or 20 people sitting on the side of a hill, and here she was holding up her phone, and here I was talking with them, and they asked some questions, and we gave some answers, and we ended up finding a way to communicate back and forward, not only answering the questions that they had, but also teaching them about Jesus and about why we follow Jesus and why Jesus valued everybody. And Jesus said that he loved them so much that he wanted us not only to tell him about him, but also to help meet their needs. So they were very responsive, and they had great questions. They wanted to know if I had ever met Donald Trump. And I said, no, I haven't, but he's my president. And just like every president before him, I respect him and I pray for him. And I pray that God will lead him. Then they wanted to know how much chickens cost and how much goats cost. They wanted to know about the economy. They wanted to know how they could encourage their teenagers who were getting in so much trouble because of the economic downturn or the economic stagnation of Uganda. And I encouraged them because their economy is opening up. And we gave them words of encouragement, how to stay strong in the faith and how to stay strong. And it was an amazing time. Well, the next day, Sarah sent me a message, and she said, do you remember those 2 old ladies? And she told me about these 2 old ladies. One of them was Margaret Namukua. Now, I'm sure that you know that I got that right or wrong, but the first name was Margaret, and the other one was Lonia. So Margaret and Lonia were 2 old ladies, and they slept on the dirt floor in their hut. And she said, can you pray about and think about maybe buying them a mattress. So I said, well, tell me how much it is. And she sent me this entire message that said, well, the pillows are this, and the sheets are this, and the cover is this, and the mattress is this, and I want to buy them a little food and this and this and this. And it came up to $80 a person. I said, well, absolutely. Sharon and I could do that. So we sent the money over there, and we began to help these two old ladies, Margaret and Loina. And for the first time in their life, they had a mattress to put on their dirt floor with a cover and a pillow to sleep on for $80. Isn't that amazing? And you had part of that, those of you who pray for and support our ministry. So we've began to put some things together, and let me tell you what we're going to do. Each week, we're going to be having a Bible study or a short time of encouragement with this group of people. We're going to be answering their questions, and sometimes it may be about technology, and sometimes it may be about chickens and sheep and goats, or politics, or this and that, and we're going to answer their questions. But we're also going to be encouraging them and giving them short stories about Jesus. Now, the neat thing about this is that this doesn't cost us anything. The only thing that it costs us is we'll have to send Sarah some money so that she can buy the time on her phone, and we'll take care of that. But also, we have broken this down to where we understand how we can help some families with groceries. You see, they've been under lockdown now for 77 days. Now, it's June 3rd today. So it's 77 days, and they expect another 3 to 4 weeks of lockdown. Now, what's different in Uganda and Rwanda and the Congo and Ethiopia and all of these places is this. Their government didn't send them checks. Their government doesn't have all of these programs where you can drive up and have free food. You were on your own. If you didn't have any savings, if you didn't have a job, you were on your own. So many of them were starving. They were already living in poverty, and they were starving, and it was a dire situation. Here's what we learned. For a family of five, for 7 days, we can feed a family of 5 for about $25. $25 feeds a family of 5 for a week. And what we do is we send the money to Sarah. Sarah goes and buys all of this in bulk, big bags of flour and maize and sugar and big barrels of oil and stuff. And then she divvies it up and takes care of each family. She does it so efficiently and so amazingly. So here's what I'm going to give you the opportunity to do. We're going to be helping these families in Rwanda, in Uganda, in the Congo, and also in Ethiopia. Now, we've already got some money set aside. Since I'm not traveling, we're able to use that money, and we will be using that money over the coming weeks as long as there is a need there. But I thought you might like to have that opportunity too. So for a family of 5 for a week, you can feed them for a price of $25. Now, there is a donation button down at the bottom of this, and if you want to give. If you don't. Every cent of this money is going to feed those people. It's not going to my salary. It's not going to the ministry. It's not going to anything else other than feeding these people. That's what we're doing. And I thought you might want to be a part of that. I'll also let you know that from time to time, we may be buying some mattresses or some clothes or doing different things, and I'll let you know. And I'll also be posting up pictures of what we continue to do, what you're part of in the next few weeks. Now you say, Mark, listen, this is tough time. I don't have a job. I understand, but I can tell you what you can do. You can pray for these people. Listen, we forget how easy we have it in America. I doubt that anybody in this anybody I know in my house, but anybody that's listening to this, I doubt that you're worried about having food for tomorrow. I doubt that you're worried about what you're going to eat tomorrow. The people that we deal with in East Africa oftentimes aren't as fortunate. We may not have a lot. I don't have a lot, and you don't have a lot. But we can take a little bit and we can make a difference. I mean, after all, that's not only what Jesus would do, but that's what any person would do. So anyway, again, family of five, for a week, $25. If you want to do that, great. If you don't worry about it. God will provide plenty. I'd rather have I would much rather you have peace in your heart and keep your money than to send it to me and gripe about it. Keep your stinking money. God will provide somebody with a tender heart that'll give, not like yours. Oh, that was kind of dirty, wasn't it? Hey, listen, guys, I know how much you love us. I know how much you've been part of this, and I just wanted to give you an opportunity. Well, I guess we've gone from stay safe, wash your hands, and cover your face to watch out for falling bricks from the riots. But whatever it is, stay safe and listen. God bless you. I appreciate your time.